If you are considering whether to buy the ZVE10 or the A7IV, or if you are thinking about upgrading from the ZVE10 to the Sony A7IV, it is important to take stabilization into account. While it is true that A7IV has embodied stabilization and ZVE10 doesn't, you might be wondering just how much of a difference that makes and whether it is worth upgrading. In this video, I will compare these two cameras, stabilization and rolling shutter, and also take a look at the results after using Catalyst Browse. First, I'm testing the A7IV with the Tamron 28-200 lens at 28mm. This lens doesn't have image stabilization, so in order for the footage to be usable, we will need to rely on IBIS, Catalyst Browse, or Active Steady Shot. Whether you are standing still or panning the camera, regardless of the method used, the footage looks pretty good. Now with the Sony ZVE10, we're testing with the Sigma 18-50 lens. At 18mm, it is the equivalent of 27mm full frame, so we are having the same field of view. Neither the camera nor the lens has stabilization, so we can only rely on Catalyst Browse or Active Steady Shot. Catalyst Browse is doing a great job, but you can see that the Active Steady Shot has a larger crop on ZVE10 than on A7IV. On ZVE10, Active Steady Shot crops in 40%, while on A7IV it crops in only 15%. This is something already decided in the camera. We can't change the percentage like we do in Catalyst Browse. When I zoom in to 50mm, the shaking becomes even more noticeable on ZVE10 because of the 40% crop. In terms of stabilization, Catalyst Browse seems to do the best job. However, it does come with a trade-off. It takes significantly more time and requires a more powerful computer to run smoothly. I tested it with 1 minute 4K 60p footage, and it took 7 minutes and 30 seconds to complete the process. So I usually avoid using Catalyst Browse unless the footage is extremely shaky. The issue with Active Steady Shot is that it crops the footage, resulting in a narrower view. If that is what you are looking for, then this can be a plus, but if you are already using a long focal length, the cropping can make the shaking even worse. This is when the IBIS on A7IV comes in handy. When you choose the standard steady shot on A7IV, you are using the camera's stabilization, which works pretty well when you pan or stand still. The performance is good even when you are using a longer lens. This will not crop in, and you can see the result immediately on the camera. You don't need to process each footage individually like you do in Catalyst Browse. However, when you walk with the camera, the IBIS on A7IV doesn't seem to be as useful. Of course, it is more steady than having the stabilization turned off, but compared to the results of Catalyst Browse, the IBIS looks terrible. You can see obvious footsteps, and if you process the IBIS footage in Catalyst Browse, the difference is only slightly more steady, but not significant enough to be worth discussing. Let's also test the rolling shutter. When you move the camera very fast, especially at longer focal length, the rolling shutter is terrible on ZVE10. I think it is slightly better on A7IV, and it seems to improve after processing in Catalyst Browse. thing that bothers me when I take videos with ZVE10 is that I always have to use catalyst browse, which requires long processing time, or I have to use active steady shot, which crops in 40%. I admit that the narrower view works in my favor sometimes, but there are also times I want wider view. So I was really hoping the IBIS on A7IV can replace both of them. It proves to be very useful if you are using longer lenses. Whether you are standing still or panning the camera, the IBIS footage usually looks steady, even when you are using a lens without optical steady shot. And the active steady shot on A7IV also performs better than on ZVE10 at longer focal length. The IBIS can already do a great job and save you a lot of time because you no longer have to use catalyst browse. But if you want, you still can. The IBIS footage has gyro data, so it is possible to process it in catalyst browse. But keep this in mind if you are using an OSS lens and turn on the OSS, there will be no gyro data at all. On the other hand, the A7IV IBIS footage taken while walking isn't good, but it is usable after processing in catalyst browse. If you are planning to walk with the camera very often, be prepared you will be using catalyst browse a lot. I have other videos about ZVE10 stabilization, including how it performs when you walk up and down the stairs, and also after you stabilize the footages in DaVinci Resolve. Feel free to take a look if you're interested. If you still have any questions about this, leave a comment to let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.